horrific murder of Shad Thyrion. Green Bay, Wisconsin, a community known more for football and friendly neighborhoods than grisly crime, was rocked on March 23, 2022, by one of the most disturbing murders in the city's history. The victim, 24-year-old Shad Thyrion, was found dismembered, his severed head discovered in a bucket. Shad Thyrion was known by family and friends as a kind soul, gentle and introspective. Though he struggled with substance use, those close to him believed he was trying to turn his life around. He had recently moved back in with his mother, Tara Pakanish, and had begun a relationship with Taylor Schabusiness. Shad enjoyed the outdoors and spending time with his family. He was described as thoughtful, trusting, and someone with a quiet strength, qualities that would sadly leave him vulnerable to the horrors that unfolded in March 2022. Taylor Schabusiness had a long history of mental illness and substance abuse. She had previously been institutionalized and was under probation at the time of the murder. Friends and family of Shad viewed their relationship as deeply toxic. The couple frequently used methamphetamine and engaged in reckless behavior. In the days leading up to the murder, the couple had been on a drug binge. Shad's loved ones noticed increasingly erratic behavior from both. Despite concerns, the couple remained close, and it would prove fatal for Shad. On the evening of March 22, 2022, Shad and Taylor were using meth together at the home of Shad's mother. The pair retreated to the basement, engaging in drug-fueled sex that included choking. According to Schabusiness, they had previously incorporated strangulation into their sexual encounters, but this time, she didn't stop. She wrapped a chain around Shad's neck and strangled him for minutes. In a later confession, she chillingly admitted she could feel his heart beating and kept going because she liked it. What followed defied comprehension. Using kitchen knives, Schabusiness dismembered Shad's body. She placed his head in a bucket, his torso in a storage bin, and other remains in bags scattered throughout the basement. She later told police her original plan was to take all the parts with her, but became paranoid and fled the scene before finishing. The next morning, Shad's mother went into the basement and found the bucket. Lifting the towel that covered it, she made a discovery no parent should ever face: her son's severed head. She fled the basement and called 911. Officers arrived and confirmed the horrific scene. They found additional body parts in plastic bags, a torso in a bin, and blood-stained tools. A soup kettle with bodily fluids sat on the stove. Investigators quickly identified Taylor Schabusiness as the last person seen with Shad. Police tracked her down later that day. She was found at a nearby home, blood still on her hands and clothing. When asked where the rest of Shad's remains were, she coldly responded, "That's a good question." In a disturbing and detailed confession, Schabusiness explained what had happened. She admitted to strangling Shad, saying she enjoyed it. She confessed to having sex with his corpse and later dismembering him over several hours. She showed little remorse, telling officers, "Have fun trying to find all of the organs." Toxicology reports later confirmed that both she and Shad had high levels of methamphetamine in their systems. Investigators also learned that Schabusiness had violated the terms of her probation and had been wearing a GPS ankle bracelet, which she had tampered with before the murder. Taylor Schabusiness was charged with first-degree intentional homicide, mutilating a corpse, and degree sexual assault. Her defense argued insanity, citing her history of bipolar disorder and psychosis induced by meth use. Her behavior in court, including an incident where she attacked her own attorney, only fueled questions about her mental state. The prosecution, however, painted a chilling picture. They argued that she understood what she had done and took steps to conceal her crime. Forensic psychologists testified that Schabusiness knew her actions were wrong, undermining her insanity defense. On July 26, 2023, after a week-long trial, a jury found Schabusiness guilty on all counts. On September 26, she was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The case left a deep scar on the Green Bay community. Law enforcement officials, many with years of experience, described the scene as the most horrifying they had ever witnessed. Some officers required counseling afterward. Shad's family, particularly his mother, became vocal advocates for reform in how the criminal justice system handles individuals with mental illness and substance abuse issues. The Shad Thyrion Foundation was established to help at-risk youth struggling with addiction and mental health. The foundation offers scholarships, support groups, and rehabilitation resources to those in need, fighting to turn the pain of Shad's death into hope for others. While nothing can undo the horror of what happened, Shad Thyrion's life is now remembered not just for the way it ended, but for the light he brought to those who knew him. His memory lives on through advocacy, awareness, and a community's determination to ensure no family suffers as his did.